So for Israel to allow the border to get breached, they have sensors and detectors, and they know everything that happens on the border. For them to allow like it to get bulldozed and to have bases overrun that they didn't get a warning, and to have parasailers flying around that anybody could have pulled out a gun and killed those operators 10-15 minutes before they landed. They're doing this twirly bird fucking dumb shit. There was chatter that a Lebanese general was laughing because they were practicing with hang gliders and they thought it was funny. So they were like, what the fuck are these guys doing? So they're trying to act like they didn't know anything. That's a perfect opportunity, except that the supporters of Hamas were too stupid to seize upon that. And instead they went into their usual rant about how open their prison and being forced to live in occupation, and they feel like they're being slowly constricted or denied from access to, like, they can't leave, and like there's all those problems and everything. And you're being made to look barbarism. Like, it's barbarism because Hamas doesn't give a fuck about those people. I'm not Hamas. I can't speak to why it is that they could give a fuck. It's all a grift, because if they really wanted to change the leadership in Israel, all they would have to do was say who allowed innocent Israelis to get killed. Not this fucking, oh, you deserve everything that's coming and you're the problem for everything and we're totally good and you're totally bad. If they wanted to, if they were smart, if they didn't not give a fuck about anything, but they're lining their pocket, it's almost like there's some kind of coordination going on. And then, so because in light of the fact that, we can see things like this, everybody in South Korea knows that North Korea, elements of North Korea run South Korea, and it's not a secret. That's cool. Everything, TV, media, internet, if you want to go for that, fine. To each his own. I can't let it affect me. It's just like, yeah, everything is gonna be like wagging the finger. Remember I said they're gonna wag their finger at you? Because if you say that they let this happen, then you must be for the terrorists who are savage, whatever they, chopping babies, whatever they do, is a distraction from the opportunity that they had to turn the Israeli government inside out. You let this, it's coordination. Right? They wanted Hamas to show their barbarism. You wanted them to savage themselves and to make themselves easy to attack and to kill them. And Hamas didn't know that they were going to go all the way through with it. I guess they think that they're going to make their little tunnels under the buildings. But no, they're going to level all that shit, and then they're going to just clear it all out the way so that it's just a hole. So now they can know where they know where your tunnels are and shit. But they're going to stop short of getting rid of Hamas. They're not going to get rid of all of Hamas, because Hamas has to come back later for them to be able to get some more money from everybody in the world. You see what I'm talking about? Who acts like they doesn't know because you're a bad person, because you think you like to see all this fucking chaos and all this shit? Like, oh, I can't sleep until a baby gets chopped. I can't sleep. I must want a baby to get chopped in half where I can have a nice rest. I'm not getting paid for this. All this shit that they want to get us riled up is to help them, and you're not gonna get shit. You don't deserve shit for if you couldn't. I mean, because you're not helping people in South Korea speak truth to power about how North Korea, you know what I mean, the hermit kingdom that's supposed to be so down and out and poor could be running your shit. Because North Korea is the hub of the CIA. They like to have they need to have their demilitarized zone, so they're trying to do a second demilitarized zone, and they want a no-fly zone, and they want this kind of stuff, micro-manage it, and a manageable, same thing with illness. A treatable form of an incurable illness is more money than a curable illness. And a manageable war zone that we can test different technologies on and not have it spill out into other places. It's like a controlled backburn like they tried to do in World War II. But then, they run unchecked, I guess, and some agendas run unchecked and they go out of control. And then let's try it again. Like this, it's like Never Again is part of this whole repetitious cycle of getting the money from people to support good causes and end up facilitating these criminal gangs like that. We can't even think of this way. You're not a criminal gang. You're a posh society that we wanted to join. We want to be like you. You don't know. You can't know that yet. A lot of people aren't. They're not even responsible to know. If you already have a good vibe, anyways. You don't need to be right about shit you don't even know about. It's not your fault. You can live your life and everybody will leave you alone. But now you got to condemn something, and you have to condemn something I want you to condemn so you could be part of the club, though. And it's not even speaking to anything real, but it's a distraction. A distraction from the power and how easy you could have your... If that would... They don't want to... Whoever it is doesn't want to overturn the leadership of Israel. They like it their way. It's like another Hegelian... It's a Hegelian dialectic thing, right? You need that... balance to balance you out, that opposition and balancing out and keep it maintained, because you can just come around and shear. There's like a sheep, you could just come around and take the wool every now and again, so they're gonna keep distracting from whoever it is that allowed for all this shit to happen. The balloon flying over, fucking taking pictures, like somebody's allowed this shit, and we always get distracted by arbitrary things that they can easily produce it if they need to get the horror from the people, if they need to get the reaction from the fear of new threats, savages at your door, barbarians at the gate.